You know, there's a reason more customers choose one New Zealand company to build their homes. Trust. GJ Gardner have worked up and down the country for over 20 years now, and they've earned a solid reputation with Kiwis. And you've just voted them Reader's Digest Most Trusted Home Builder again. So, if you're thinking about creating the home you've always wanted, talk to the team at GJ Gardner Homes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder, officially.
There's a city somewhere that isn't so big as large on life. A smart little city where the great outdoors is right on our doorstep. Where everything is close and the people even closer. Where making friends is pulling up a chair, grabbing a bite, drinking it all in. Where you'll find extraordinary flavours, talented makers, movers and shakers, around every corner, down every lane. And the best that you can get is a stone's throw that way or that way. Nothing is too far or too far out. A place to get going, to have fun, to wind it up, or wind down. Let's get closer. Extraordinary Nelson City.
When building a new home, you want to feel confident knowing you're in good hands.
I was renting and I looked at building. I picked up on some bed spending habits for me to have a healthier deposit.
How would you summarise the process of building with GJ?
So my career is in the New Zealand Defence Force. It requires me to travel around the country and overseas. The build was conducted while I was overseas. Communication between myself and GJ was simple. And the day I got the keys, I was so excited that I moved in straight away, and I really love my home.
Talk to New Zealand's most trusted building team. Visit gjgardner.co.nz.
Finding your way to extraordinary can take a little time, or maybe a lot. It depends on your perspective and what you're looking for. Surprising flavours, amazing angles, big tastes, unforgettable views. Arriving somewhere as far from ordinary as you can imagine. You'll find a natural place, pristine and perfect as can be. Native birds, dense bush, wildlife at your fingertips. Water lapping, impossibly golden beaches. Walking through an ancient wilderness, returning to itself after all this time. Named for an explorer, but not the only one, not the first, and not the last. Will you be next? Find your way to extraordinary Abel Tasman.
The digital age means that your sport events can now be streamed live to national and global audiences with flexible delivery across multiple devices and platforms. NZsport.tv and Digital Vision Live work together to create multiple solutions for online broadcasting of sport events. We believe we make a real difference and provide a better live streaming experience. We can interface seamlessly with all broadcast options including Sky Sport Live and skysportnext, and simulcast to social media and other live TV. Digital Vision Live has also developed our own platform that provides a reliable and consistent stream with superior quality and unlimited viewership, as well as on-demand playback. This gives us full control over the broadcast and means we can adapt to the many challenges of a live sports production. We can also add pay-per-view options. For seamless streaming and consistent quality away from land-based internet, we use multiple cellular networks and we work directly with providers to develop network solutions if needed. Best of all, however, with everything we do, we can provide off-site production via remote studio or virtual server with mixing of multiple cameras, remote commentary and online scoring. This means a lower footprint at the venue and reduced costs. Another advantage, you can access as much of the platform as you wish and make use of multiple playlists for archived games and highlights and embed them on your own website. Together, nzsport.tv and Digital Vision Live utilise a wealth of experience to provide quality streaming of local, national and international events. Anything live streaming in sport, you should be talking to us. We are sure we can help.
Hi, I'm Dean Wilson and we're at the Tahunanui Beach Reserve for the first round of the GJ Gardner Homes New Zealand Beach Volleyball Tour. We've got the Nelson Super Slam. It's the first of 5 stops on the national tour this year, and thanks to skysportnext, we're about to go live and see some semi-finals and finals action here at the beautiful Nelson.
Good afternoon and welcome to the first of the men's semi-final down here at the Nelson Super Slam, part of the GJ Gardner's New Zealand Beach Tour, first of 4 stops on what's going to be a great summer of beach volleyball. I'm your host, Trent Webby.
And sidekick, I guess, Brendan Crichton.
No sidekicks here. We're here today to bring you the first of the men's semi-final between the number 1 seed and reigning Nelson Super Slam champions, Mike Watson and Johan Timmer, currently on screen. And they'll be coming up against a young Christchurch duo who came into this competition as number 8 seeds and have made their way all the way through to a semi-finals, and that is Troy Hulston and Ben Arnold, as you can see on the screen now.
Yep, they've definitely been a surprise packet coming through. They certainly weren't expected, and like Trent said, they were 8th seed.
8th seed,
Yeah,
that's correct.
yeah.
And it's been only an 8-team draw with a double elimination format, meaning you get 1 extra life. You lose 2 games, they say 1-2 barbecue or uno dos adios. Lose 2, you're out. So these guys came through yesterday, losing their first game actually against Mike Watson and Johan Timmer. So this is the second matchup of the tournament between these 2 teams. Troy Hulston taking one above his older brother to stay in the contenders bracket, and then having a 3-set big battle yesterday evening to make it through to the semi-finals here today.
And as you can see, conditions today, not really a surprise. I don't call it sunny Nelson for nothing, and light westerly breeze, but very, very minimal, and couldn't be any better. Great day.
You'll be loving to be playing here today on the Super Sunday. Yesterday's conditions weren't the worst, but we're a little bit breezy than today, and you can't ask for much more than sunshine and no breeze as we've got here right now.
Do you want to give a shout out to our officials, Trent?
Yeah, absolutely. So second reffing here today, we have Birgit Wustenhagen from the North Shore, and first ref up on the podium is Mike Kopp from Otago.
Yeah, Mike's been a busy man this weekend. He's certainly earned his dollars up there on the stand, I'd say.
Absolutely, and he's been doing some great refereeing. I was lucky to have him as my ref for the our final match yesterday, where me and my partner Matt Polly lost to Troy Hulston and Ben Arnold in a 3-set battle.
And we've got Ben Arnold starting off with a nice float serve.
And we see some big heat there from Johan Timmer in the first point of the game.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see some big hits in this game. I think Troy and Ben have got nothing to lose either, so and see if they've learnt anything from when they played them on earlier in the tournament.
Some good swings coming straight out the gate from Mike Watson and Johan Timmer. Some things we might see from these players that we've seen throughout this tournament. Some crafty players. They like to play a short ball where Mike Watson sets a low ball and Johan Timmer comes in for like a quick hit. Something we don't see so often on the beach tour.
Yeah, I just think it shows the experience Mike and Johan they've played a lot of volleyball together. A lot of volleyball.
Absolutely. And there's a first point over for Ben Arnold and Troy Hulston with a nice crafty over angle cut shot over top of the block, popping straight into that short corner. Ben Arnold with the serve. Go on two. And great precision there by Mike Watson.
Yeah, it's just smart. It just shows his good knowledge of beach, taking that opportunity when it was there.
Yeah, and it's the best time to go on two when the blocker has to serve. He has to run to the net. You've got a little window where there's no blocker. Ben Arnold forcing that one through the top tape of the net to roll over and undefendable by Johan Timmer.
Although it's early on, it's good to see the 8 seeds, really pushing themselves there, giving themselves every chance.
Miss hit there by Mike Watson, but scramble ball going too deep there by Troy Hulston. There was an opportunity there for the boys in dark blue. Boys with no shirts, we should say. The boys with no shirts to get the point there, but unfortunately digging that ball too deep. And we hear an apology there from Mike Watson as the ball hits the top tape and dribbles down the net, undefendable by Ben Arnold and Troy Hulston.
Yeah, Mike will take that all day of the week.
Yeah, he says sorry, but he's not really.
No, I don't think so.
I'm sure he's happy about that.
Knowing Mike, he's certainly happy about that.
And there's a first service ace there going to Mike Watson with a shank, a miss, a receiving error by Ben Arnold.
That's a real tight float serve down the line there too. I think Ben showing he's not all about power there. He's just a little bit of finesse there as well.
Yeah, crafty off pace shot there. That serve just going deep. We saw a bit of that in the early games yesterday from Ben Arnold. Let's hope that he can rattle that one out and get a few more of these serves in. Good swing there, good high swing there by Ben Arnold over the top of Mike Watson. And we've got Troy Hulston back to serve. Setter for the Shirley Silverbacks. It's great to see a bunch of these indoor players taking to the sand, making for some new competition out here on the beach volleyball court.
Yeah, Canterbury Volleyball have had a real big push over the last 24 months down there with beach, and we're seeing a few of their players come through. We had a couple of the women's with Liz and Mel come through into the semis unexpectedly too. So they've got some really good programs going down there at the moment on beach, and some real young talent coming through too.
Crafty little off shot. Mike Watson pops it up. Troy Hulston going for a mega cut there. Unfortunately not making it over the top of the tape, over the top of the net. Float serve. And a big grunt there by Mike Watson as he hits the ball off the net into the cross court.
They've taken a little bit of an early advantage here, the top seeds, Johan and Mike, 10-4 up, and they seem to be targeting Ben a little bit on the serve too.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday as these two teams clash. They were feeding a lot of those serves across court or down the line on Ben Arnold. And a big swap back there by Johan Timmer, getting high above the net, reaching for the ball and throwing it back at them, as you'll see here in the replay. Hang time.
Yeah, Johan's definitely a big presence up at the net there.
Now you're probably wondering what that happened. That was a carry over the net. Now, when you're setting the ball over the net, your body must be square to where you are setting in beach volleyball. You can't set the ball over as it's the same as an open hand tip. And the reason that point went to Johan and Mike Watson was because Troy Hulston's body was not square when he set that ball over the net.
We just had a nice smart serve there from Mike Watson, right in the seam, right between the two players.
We're going for a little sky ball, barely a sky ball, I would say. That was a good play. And there's that crafty play that we were expecting to see from Mike Watson and Johan Timmer. A go ball, which is a shoot out to the antenna. And then a jump set by Mike Watson.
You don't see a lot of that in beach, to be fair, do you?
No, it's high risk.
Yeah.
But high reward.
And it's good to see as well.
Free ball there. Probably not intended to be. And a crafty cut there by Mike Watson.
Yeah, that's about as tight as an angle as you're going to get there, I think. Couldn't have placed that any better. We've certainly taken control of this first set. Let's just see if the Christchurch duo can put a little bit of pressure back on here. Another big sky ball from Johan.
Free net there by for Johan Timmer to swing on that one. Unfortunately, Johan Timmer hitting it too steep into the net.
He almost had too much time there, I think.
Ooh, that's it. And there it's called. I shouldn't have said anything before this, before the ref. I may have jinxed that, but that handset was coming out as a double hit. Now you do sometimes see rotation on the ball. It can't guarantee that rotation does mean a double contact. It has to come from the hands, but 9 times out of 10, a referee will see that rotation and say, yep, I think there's been 2 contacts on that ball. Hence why we see a lot of players usually go for the bump set. Yeah, it's a lot safer.
It is.
So we have our first technical timeout here with Watson and Timmer with a massive lead here. 9 points.
Yeah, they've certainly taken control of the set, and I hate to say it, but they just look like they just want to side out here and just cruise a little bit here. Try and maybe conserve a little bit before they go into the next set. It's certainly warm out here today. You know, one thing I love about beach, Trent, is the camaraderie. You know, you see the players always giving high fives at the change of ends, you know, technical timeouts. You know, the relationships, again, we spoke about it earlier in the women's semis, just fantastic to see from the players.
Nice high swing there by Johan Timmer off the top of the hands of Ben Arnold. A block in beach volleyball is considered as one of your 3 touches, which is a little bit different to indoor. Haven't played indoor for about 6 months. I can't remember if that's correct.
I can assure you it is.
Thank you. Thank you, friend, for that. And that's a double contact there again by now from Ben Arnold. Choosing for the handset.
It's good to see the refs aren't giving any leeway at this level, and neither should they. The players need to know that, you know, the standard is high.
And I would say that in New Zealand we do have one of the highest standards for handsets. I played a year over in the States, and I've seen people pretty much catch the ball from their chest and throw it straight up, or do some things that you'd say, that's very illegal.
dare I say it, only in America.
If there is anyone watching from America, we do love you, and please do come down and play on our tour. We can definitely help clean up your handsets.
Oh, actually, yeah, shout out to Louis Hadfield, who's on scholarship at Mount Olive. I know he sent me a message earlier today. He's watching the live streams from Mount Olive in Carolina, so that's awesome. We've got a worldwide audience.
Yeah, and that's awesome about this sport and what skysportnext are doing for us here. They're putting on a great show and letting everyone else in the world know what's happening here in New Zealand. One of the only countries in the world that's probably got beach volleyball going on at the moment, obviously with the pandemic that's at hand. So we're very, very lucky that Beach Jazz and GJ Gardner Homes are here to help us to have this tour.
It's a little bit low for Johan there, unfortunately. Just couldn't get there quick enough to make contact above the height of the net.
Let's see if Hulston and Arnold can scramble a few points back here. So we're just having a few unforced errors here late in this first set. But I guess they've got a little bit of leeway to be able to do that, don't they, Brendan?
Yeah, they do, but I still think they'd like to finish it and you know, get out of there nice and clean. The unforced errors, they want a higher standards than that.
Yeah. And then we see that low set, quick play by Mike Watson setting the low one. Johan Timmer coming in with a quick crush ball. Something you don't see so much in beach volleyball, and mainly because it's a one-on-one block. It's a little bit easier when it's a tight set. That set actually been a little bit further off the net, making it a little bit harder for the blocker. Sky ball by Mike Watson.
We're on set point here.
It's the googly sky ball, I'd say. Nice little crafty cut shot there by Trey Hulston.
So they're trying to hang in there. They're trying to win their points. The boys from Christchurch, it's good to see. I mean, great experience for them too, with being such a new couple with not the same experience as the #1 seeds. They'll take a lot from this first set.
Yeah, Mike Watson probably being one of the older players here on the beach tour. He's been playing on the New Zealand tour for probably about the last 10 years, I'd say.
Oh, a veteran then.
Yeah, veteran. He'd hate to hear us say that right now, but I'm sure when he re-watches this, he'll send me a text message saying, "Come on, Trent, whose team you on?"
Oh, someone's got to take that veteran tag.
So that brings up the end of our first set, going to Watson, Timmer, and what looked like a comfortable first set for them, with an 11-point buffer above Arnold and Hulston. We'll join you real shortly after this ad break for the second set of this first men's semi-final down here at the GJ Gardner Homes New Zealand Beach Tour.
You know, there's a reason more customers choose one New Zealand company to build their homes. Trust. GJ Gardner have worked up and down the country for over 20 years now, and they've earned a solid reputation with Kiwis. And you've just voted them Reader's Digest Most Trusted Home Builder again. So, if you're thinking about creating the home you've always wanted, talk to the team at GJ Gardner Homes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder, officially.
Alrighty, and we're back here for the second set of the men's semi-final, first men's semi-final down here at this Nelson Super Slam 5-star tournament, part of the GJ Gardner Homes New Zealand Beach Tour. As we saw, the first serve just going too deep there from Troy Hulston.
Yeah, probably not the start they wanted.
But as the fishermen would say, you throw the first fish back for good luck. And there's the good luck. They get a double call called on Johan Timmer.
That's not commentator's curse.
Curse.
That's
No.
that's commentator's inside. I mean,
Yeah.
the things you dream of. An early call. Didn't realise Trent could see into the future.
I've got my tarot cards here with me, Brendan. Big grunt there from Mike Watson. He loves a big grunt when he goes for those hits. Gives him that little extra bit of exertion on the spike. Tight set. Mike Watson with a block. Cut! Very good crafty cut there by Troy Hulston. Just holding it right until the last second to sell that he was going to shoot line, and then pulls it back across the court.
That's undefendable. Very smart play.
And this is a good start here for the young boys from Christchurch. Ben Arnold and Troy Hulston. A little start out the gate. These two boys have been playing regularly with on the Thursday night Shirley competition down in Christchurch. So they have been playing a bit of beach this summer, but they are new on the sand.
Some good scrambling there from both teams.
And we've seen some crafty shots now here from Troy Hulston. He's putting a few little baby lines, a few cut shots there. Here we see this is considered a baby line. It's a little short roll that goes just over top of the block. Into a bit of space, it's hard to defend.
So Johan there returning the favour. It's a good start to the set, some good side out volleyball, which is what we want to see.
Absolutely.
Again, we've got the change of ends every 7 points just to keep things fair and balanced for both teams, so they're getting the same conditions with wind and sun and the other elements.
And it's a receiving area there by Ben Arnold, digging the ball drifting behind him. Troy Hulston unable to scramble that ball back into play.
They still seem to be targeting Ben on that serve receive. It certainly looks like that's been their game plan.
Yep, they've had that from the get-go and they seem to not have the need to change. Winning the first set 21-10, would you want to change?
No, I don't think so, but which is good. It's up to Ben to take that responsibility and work through it and make them make a change. A little bit of luck there, just rolling off the tape, but these boys will certainly take anything they can get.
Low ball here. And a hitting area there by Johan Timmer.
It's good to see Ben and Troy really putting up a fight in the set. They've actually got them under a little bit of pressure here at the moment. 7-4 to Arnold and Hulston.
And a great use there by Mike Watson, going off the top hands again of Ben Arnold. So we've seen a good start here by Hulston and Arnold. They'll just be wanting to side out here now that they've got a little bit of a lead.
Troy was unlucky there. He read what Johan was doing there and he got in the right spot.
It's always harder as a blocker to go up, put all your force into trying to get that block turning, send the ball up, but you just haven't got the speed to get off. Big swap back there by Watson, and a double call there by first ref Mike Cobb, calling the double on Ben Arnold. And that ties it up 7-all. Not what the boys would have wanted, the young boys from Christchurch would have wanted. Moving over to what I'd consider the weaker end. That Breeze coming in as a westerly, Johan Timmer and Mike Watson serving into the wind means they get a little bit of extra room for error.
And that, I mean, with your playing experience, Trent, that's just because pushing that ball into the wind, it holds up a little bit more.
Yep.
Whereas if you've got that wind going with you, it's just going to take it away every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. This is service ace there and a timeout called by Arnold and Hulston. Mike Watson, Johan Tim. Mike Watson residing in Tauranga, being probably grown up on the sand. He is known to play beach volleyball for many years. I said 10 earlier, but I'm sure it's a lot more than that, to be honest. I lose count. Johan Timmer, one of our scholars from the US. He studied at the University of Hawaii as an indoor player, and also grew up playing a lot of beach volleyball with the O'Day boys. Also some of our top beach volleyball players who aren't currently at this event due to injury. Johan now resides in the North Shore of Auckland. Free ball here. And that one just snapped too far right of the sideline there from Mike Watson.
They're still just keeping it tied 8-8 here in the second set. And Troy's, reading quite well in the back court. He's getting in the right spot, and that, it's the first thing you can do. If he keeps doing that, he'll start getting those picks up.
Yeah, it's a matter of time for those guys. Jump serve. And that's a good little ball right down the middle. They call it the husband and wife. I mentioned it earlier in the women's semi-final, why it's called the husband and wife. Beach volleyball is a lot like a partnership. You have a good amount of communication, makes for a good partnership, but when that ball goes down the middle and both want to take it, a little bit of arguments, which we hopefully don't see too much in our relationships.
Although it could be entertaining.
Absolutely.
For the spectators.
Yeah, yes. And the commentators. Big high ball there. Well played there, though, by Mike Watson. Just comfortably walking back.
That's a great rally there from both teams. And a good finish. Tied on the tape. This second set shaping up quite nicely.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more of a closer game here. And Hulston finding a little bit of rhythm early in this set. A good snap there off the net by Mike Watson.
Yeah, it's good. We haven't had something with a bit of power for a wee while.
Absolutely, yeah. They're both just playing little crafty shots, but anyone knows Mike Watson, he can only do a few shots before he wants to whip a ball. And a great return there by Ben Arnold, hitting that one into the deep corner.
A little bit of tit for tack there.
Yeah, and that brings up our technical timeout. A lot closer this time with an 11-10 technical timeout. Only 1 point in it. We'll do a little shout out to our sponsors. We've got a bunch of them on board. So we've got Dirty Dog providing the eyewear, GJ Gardner Homes, obviously our premier sponsor, sponsoring the whole tour. We've got Little Beauties, a lovely Nelson company here who do freeze-dried fruit pieces dipped in chocolate. How delicious they are. Beach Dads, they're our events, our operations sponsor. They will be running and organising the operations of these beach volleyball events around New Zealand. Aloe Up Sunscreen, they're helping keep everyone slip-slop slapped and wrapped. And we've got Proper Chris, another Nelson branch, providing some nice salty chips, hopefully reducing a bit of our cramp out there. We saw a bit of cramp yesterday in some of the later games. It's a long day playing 2 or 3 of these games per day. Sea fruit, providing a few fruit as well, and
Hydro flask, I think, as well.
Yeah, hydro flask, yes, of course, one of the best ones when you're out in the sand. You don't want a plastic bottle that just breathes and gets really hot and yucky water, you know. But the hydro flask, stay cool.
And last but
24
not
hours.
least, probably Nelson City Council. So I think we've covered them off all there, Trent.
Yep.
That's
Should write a list next time, mate.
Yeah.
Brendan, it's good.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit easier for us. Low ball there. And it's read well by Ben Arnold, whipping that one straight back down.
Good to see a bit of excitement there from Ben Arnold too. That meant something to him. Johan and Mike obviously starting to take it seriously now. They've whipped their singlets off. So it's skins versus skins. It's all on.
Let's hope they've got the aloe up sunscreen on. Good cut shot there by Johan Timmer. Troy Hulston's just unable to get a good enough touch on it. Mike Watson reaching all out an extension to grab that ball. Mike Watson up the block. Yeah, chance for... Ooh, tight set though. Oh, and Ben Arnold hitting that one too far out. He had a free net basically.
We've got a net touch though, Trent. Good point.
A net touch on Johan Timmer. A little bit of confusion about it, about who did the net touch. And Mike Watson now going to talk. I'm not too sure who is the captain in their team. Only the captain should be communicating with the refs in this situation. I think Mike Watson is the captain and is asking the first ref, whereas Johan Timmer, who has caused the net violation, is just questioning the second ref.
Yeah, it shows that there's a little bit of fight in both teams here. They both want it, and as they should, but you know, they're starting to get other things take them away from the game a little bit, lose their focus.
I think at this point in the game, Johan Timmer and Mike Watson probably weren't expecting the second set to be this close, and I think a little bit of frustration is starting to creep in.
It's good to see. I really think it's what the crowd wants to see, a nice tight game,
Absolutely.
And the people watching at home as well.
Ben Arnold's starting to whip up a good bunch of serves there. Great pick there by Tree Hulston. Good set.
Oh, chicken wing.
All Troy Hulston can do there is get off the net and hope that that ball goes towards him, falling onto his back.
Imagine getting that up though. Just make your day.
Johan Timmer probably thanked Troy Hulston for that good set afterwards. And there's a double call there, yes. It was a questionable one, and it was called by Mike Kopp, doing a great job up there as first ref. So it gives Watson and Timmer the lead again here at 14-13. Tight set. And Mike Watson says thank you for that one.
You just wonder if they might consider a timeout here just to try and break a little bit of momentum. It's been close, but it's 3 points in a row, and I don't think there's been 3 in a row this set. Just a little bit of momentum at the moment, just for Johan and Mike.
I think Arnold and Hulston actually called a timeout earlier in the set, so I don't believe they have another timeout available.
Oh, silly me.
No, that's all right. It's easy to get those confused.
I'm used to indoor, you know, 2 timeouts and indoor.
Yeah, you got to use them strategically here in beach. You only get 1 gifted to you. You do have that technical timeout, but we were long past that point now. Watson and Tim are just taking a bit of a lead here now. Go on 2.
Oh, tight.
Ben Arnold shooting for what we'd call a jumbo shot now. In beach volleyball, jumbo is the over angle. It's when a defender is sitting too shallow, too close to the net, and you shoot over top of them. And when you get a clean jumbo, not only do you win the point, but you throw insult to the other team.
Well, it's tightened up again, 16-15. what we like to see. Some good sounds pumping here today too, actually. Even for an old fella like me, I'm enjoying the music.
Bit of a miss hit there by Mike Watson, but winning the point. Brings up a sky ball serve. If you're an indoor player, you're not used to these sky balls. They move around in that wind. But a beautiful little jumbo shot there by Troy Hulston. Here we'll see it again. The peel off the net by Johan Timmer, and that ball just going deep into that back corner.
Yeah, I think Johan was hoping more than anything. He was praying for that one to go long.
Tight set, go on to Mike Watson, knuckling that ball too far deep. That brings up 17 all. Now, this is the biggest ends you can have in a beach volleyball when you go for that combination of 35 points. And the reason is that usually it's a high percentage, but 80% I'd say of games finish in this next side out, in this next round of 7. Just what Mike Watson and Johan Timmer would want would be crossing over at 18-17 with the advantage here now. Although they are on what I'd consider... Although that wind has actually changed.
Yeah, I was just wondering, it's actually turned a little bit.
It has, and maybe they are on the good side now, I believe. It's coming a bit more.
It's more coming a little bit from the north.
See what they can do. Mike Watson getting a good peel off the net and getting the dig. No one on.
It was tight.
Now there's going to be a bit of Mike Watson just confused to see whether or not that was in or out. We don't have any line judges, so it's based on the first ref here. We can see in the replay. And I believe that is just long. Now, although Mike Cobb is getting off to have a look.
Yeah, you'll see this a lot at Roland Garros and the French Open on clay tennis.
Yep.
But also beach volleyball.
Yeah, and it's tricky in beach volleyball because the ball can hit the ground and the divot can look like it's on. Oh, so the divot looks like it's out, but the sand can definitely move the line. And if you see the line move, a lot of refs actually call those ones in. It's a very upsetting point to lose. So that ball just going long, not what Arnold and Hulston won this tight end of the second set. Off ball. Hulston just underneath it.
There's a
Johan,
big point there.
Yeah, Johan Timmer playing well there. Nice composure. With the back set from Mike Watson.
Match point.
Arnold Hulston will need to side this one out and make one to get it. And there it is with a massive roof block by Johan Timmer, bringing up the match point and the end to this first men's semi-final. Here we'll see it again in the replay. Troy Hulston going for the swing.
It was an entertaining game. I mean, after the first set, it was good to see the boys from Christchurch, you know, stick their hand up and actually really push in that second set. I think they'll take a lot from that going forward. If, you know, they're doing the rest of the tour, hopefully they will, because they show that they can compete at this level.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they'll be pleased just to have made it this far through. Coming in as 8th seeds, you do have a longer road to the finals, and to make it this far, I'm sure they'll be pleased with the journey. And their final set just shows that they have got their willingness to be up here in the semi-finals. I'm sure they're going to take, yeah, like you said, Brendan, they're going to take a lot from this. But yeah, so that ends the first men's semi-final here at the New Zealand Beach Tour, sponsored by GJ Gardner Homes. We'll join shortly with Mike Watson and Johan Timmer for a little bit of discussion, but thank you for joining us, and we'll be back shortly with the second men's semi-final.
Timmer, and a great semi-final there, Mike.
Yeah, it was awesome. Lovely condition to play beach volleyball. Nice and sunny, a big crowd. Yeah, can't get better.
And Johan, how did you find the conditions here in Nelson for that first semi?
Good. I thought it was going to be a bit windier. Last year it was, and sort of you kind of attribute to that. But no, it's good conditions. Obviously no rain, less wind, so it's probably ideal beach volleyball conditions, I guess. So yeah.
And Mike, you guys are the defending champs. So how's the form early on in 2021?
Yeah, I think we're building. We started, at the bottom and we're kind of just building up to right where we want to be for the final. So I think we'll be confident going into the final, that's for sure.
And any work-ons you've got in the final, Johan?
The little things, as always, just the finer details, and potentially probably obviously being a bit more aggressive. We sort of, with attack, serving, pressure. It's going to be needed. Obviously, whoever's in the final, they're going to be tough. So we've got to bring it.
Any preference on who you face in the final?
Personally, I want to face Tom Huddles and Lani Nicklin. They've got a slight rivalry with them, and they beat us in the last final that we played, so I want a bit of revenge.
Okay, well that'll be an absolute barn burner if we do see that, but we're up in the second semi-final. Well done, Mike and Johan.
Cheers, Dino. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, there's a reason more customers choose one New Zealand company to build their homes. Trust. GJ Gardner have worked up and down the country for over 20 years now, and they've earned a solid reputation with Kiwis. And you've just voted them Reader's Digest Most Trusted Home Builder again. So, if you're thinking about creating the home you've always wanted, talk to the team at GJ Gardner Homes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder, officially.
The digital age means that your sport events can now be streamed live to national and global audiences with flexible delivery across multiple devices and platforms. nzsport.tv and Digital Vision Live work together to create multiple solutions for online broadcasting of sport events. We believe we make a real difference and provide a better live streaming experience. We can interface seamlessly with all broadcast options including Sky Sport Live and Sky Sport Next, and simulcast to social media and other live TV. Digital Vision Live has also developed our own platform that provides a reliable and consistent stream with superior quality and unlimited viewership, as well as on-demand playback. This gives us full control over the broadcast and means we can adapt to the many challenges of a live sports production. We can also add pay-per-view options. For seamless streaming and consistent quality away from land-based internet, we use multiple cellular networks, and we work directly with providers to develop network solutions if needed. Best of all, however, with everything we do, we can provide off-site production via remote studio or virtual server with mixing of multiple cameras, remote commentary and online scoring. This means a lower footprint at the venue and reduced costs. Another advantage, you can access as much of the platform as you wish and make use of multiple playlists for archived games and highlights, and embed them on your own website. Together, nzsport.tv and Digital Vision Live utilise a wealth of experience to provide quality streaming of local, national and international events. Anything live streaming in sport, you should be talking to us. We are sure we can help.